Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video. This video we're going to look at how the team did this first game week of the season. Look at the points, any possible transfers, what else can we do, see how the team is looking, maybe for the future planning. Are we going to activate the wild card anytime soon or not? All of that to come. I think now I have a bit more time, so I'm going to be doing 2 videos per week. One like this, reacting on the game week, how we did, and looking at the point and what went wrong, what went right. And then another one, a team selection just before, a day before deadline maybe. Until I don't have that time, and I'll continue to just 1 video per week like I did last season. But anyway, without further ado, let's just jump right in and look at... I had an average week, I have to say. Not too bad, not too good either. Especially seeing some of the points out there. So if we go to Fantasy apps straight away, go to Fantasy. As you can see, I'm on 65 points. Average of 57, so very close to average. I think below average game week, I would say. A bit below. Not that I had a... I mean, the points prediction on the Fantasy Football Hub that I use, the free version, I can't afford to pay it. Predicted around 65 points, so I mean, it was on the point. But having seen some of the results this week, especially with people with Salah and Bodo and some of the players did good, it's a bit disappointing. But anyways, let's go jump straight to it and see. My double Arsenal defense, finally. I'm so happy that at least that paid off, because the whole week prior to the deadline, I was so invested in going with 2 Arsenal defense. The goalkeeper and Saliba. Could have been Gabriel. Both end up in the same points, but yes, Gabriel had more upside in terms of attacking returns. But I'm happy to go with Saliba, and Raya got a clean sheet and 1 save point and 1 bonus point, so 8 points. Decent. Lewis Hall, who I switched last minute for Livramento, came in good. Livramento started, got a clean sheet and 1 or 2 bonus points. I don't know. I can check that later. The disappointment of this game week was definitely Kwanzaa. Having started the game, got hooked on the halftime, ended up on 1 point. Liverpool kept a clean sheet, so people who had Trent Alexander-Arnold ended up on 8 points. So yeah, not. I mean, had he had kept his place, at least been there until 60th minute, would have gone clean sheet. The story would have been different. But now it's also another headache, because Barco, who is on the bench, who was tipped to start and be like one of the main players, didn't even start the game. So now we don't know what's the thing on Barco, what's going to happen with him. And Kwanzaa, I don't know if he's going to start the next game now, or Konate is back in the starting 11, which is really, really disappointment, because now I'm kind of forced into a transfer if he's close to a price drop before the deadline. I don't want to make a transfer because I have a decent team for the next game week, and I'll show you that later. But yeah, if he's close to a price drop before deadline, I might have to transfer him, because I don't have any money in the bank, and there's so many good 4.5 defenders that if I get one now, Robinson for example, from Fulham, they have a great fixture, a couple of fixtures. Let's see, yeah, all green. Leicester at home, Ipswich away, West Ham at home. That's a good shout. But Ezri Konsa as well from Aston Villa, 4.5, and I don't want to miss out on one of those defenders, because if Kwanzaa drops 4.4, then I can't. I'll have to wait for, I have to destroy the whole squad to get another one. So that might be it. We'll have to wait and see during the week. He's not close to a price drop now. He's minus 36%. But you never know. I mean, people might start panicking but he might start. That's the thing. We don't know. He might start again, because I think what Slot said about him was that he was missing a lot of duels, and Konate was better at that, say, but he seems to prefer Kwanzaa as a ball-playing defender. Let's see. I mean, you can't make too much of it. Saka, great. He did great. I mean, in hindsight, should have captained him. Was he in my thoughts of captain? He was probably my 3rd choice, to be honest, because the whole week I had my captaincy in Holland, and then last day I switched on Isak because everyone was going on Isak, so I felt it was like FOMO. Like, what if Isak does amazing in Holland, gets a 7 point, which he did. But Isak didn't do amazing because Newcastle got a red card so early in the game and then got stuck with. But he did manage to get an assist you know, the only goal that was scored was assisted by Isak. So not too bad either. Not too bad either. Saka had an amazing game. Arsenal looked, you know, Arsenal. First game of the season, not scintillating, but very controlled. Didn't give any sniff to Wolves. Kept a clean sheet. Saka scored and assisted. Havertz scored and assisted, who also was in a lot of my draft Havertz before I decided to go Solanke. But it was either go double Arsenal defense and Solanke or go one Arsenal defender and Havertz. And I opted for double Arsenal defense. But I still think it's a good because that's the defense that I trust the most in the entire Premier League this season is the Arsenal one. Diogo Jota didn't disappoint either. Scored the first goal. Ended up on 8 points. Got a great picture again this week. Garnacho, I was disappointed not starting. Ooh, I was like, oh shit. Amad Diallo started and Rashford. I was like, what happened? But I get it. He's been back from Copa America a bit late. And then he wasn't probably fully match fit. I expect him to start from now on, like as a regular starts. But you never know. But he's definitely going to be for another game week here. And he came up with an assist and missed. Oh my god, he just... oh my god. He missed basically an open goal at the end of the game. An assist from Rashford. He just, I don't know, he hit the ball. I don't know what happened, but he missed that. Could have been a haul from Garnacho. And I'm so happy I got him over the Chelsea and Nkunku, who were the same price. I was debating the whole week, like, oh, is he gonna... Nkunku, I don't know, he got hooked pretty early in the game, 57th minute, ended up on 1 point. Didn't do much in the game, but it was against City, so we'll wait and see. I don't think it's a bad shout either. I'll still have him from now on because Chelsea got amazing fixtures. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see on that. But Garnacho, I'm happy with that pick. Rodgers, again, played 90 minutes. I was so shocked, actually, because Unai Emery took, I think, 6 players out, 5 or 6 players out. None of them was Rodgers. I was just like, wow, like, amazing. If he keeps getting 90 minutes or even 70 minutes for 5.0, and he looked decent. He looked very decent. So I'm not as disappointed as I was when Oscar Bob got injured. So, yeah, he didn't do anything. Came out with 2 points, but Villa's games from now on. I mean, Arsenal at home. I'm going to bench him this game week, but look at the others. Leicester away, Everton home, Wolves home, Ipswich away. Great fixtures. Don't mind having him at all. Haaland did a Haaland, you know, scored a goal. Not much came from it. That's it. Solanke was the biggest disappointment, I think, because I was waiting. If he had scored, he'd gotten like a 10 or 12 points. I would have had a better rank or better overall week. And, you know, I invested a lot of budget on him. If I had downgraded him, for example, to João Pedro or Muniz, would have had more money to spend on the midfield. But, you know, Eze didn't come. He scored a goal, got cancelled. I don't know. I think people got robbed who had Eze, unfortunately. But I was happy because I didn't have him. And I was so afraid to go without him. And I'm still without him. So we'll have to wait and see. I think he's going to do great this game week. So it's going to be suffering for me. And then Isak, as I said, my captain. Disappointing not to get more than an assist. But, you know, could have gone one worse. Probably Guardiola, also another disappointment, keeping him on bench. But if I had, that's the thing. If I had played Guardiola, I would have benched Hall and not Kwanzaa. So, not that big of a swing anyways. But anyway, decent game week, 65 points, around 2 million rank. Wow. I mean, fantasy has gone, now people are taking fantasy way more seriously. Look at it. I didn't even a bad game week and I'm 2 million. 2.3 million. It's ridiculous. Yeah, let's look at the team for the next week. At this moment in time, as I said, I do not have any transfer plans because I want to roll the transfer and have 2 next week, obviously. But as I said, if Kwanzaa is approaching a price drop before this game week deadline, then I might have to act. I think most likely it's Robinson because I really like their fixtures, Fulham's fixtures. And I also really liked him, very attacking, as opposed to Konsa, who's more conservative, center back, you know. So this is the team, Raya and Saliba, again, starting against Aston Villa. People are saying, oh, you know, what a difficult game. I get it. Look, Aston Villa beat City and Arsenal twice last season, but they beat Arsenal 1-0 at home, you know. It wasn't like a 5-0 thrashing or anything. Arsenal, best defense in the league. Would I be shocked if they kept a clean sheet? No. Arsenal kept a clean sheet away at City last season. Nobody was shocked, you know. They have a great defense, so I'm not worried about it at all, really. Like, I don't look at now, as it was a couple of seasons ago, Arsenal fixtures be like, oh, that's a difficult fixture, they might concede. Yes, sure, they might concede in any fixture, but I don't think a difficult fixture is going to be like more likely for them to concede a goal because their defense is, it's elite. And I think Timber is going to start away at Villa. He looked amazing, and even if he doesn't, Calafiori, amazing again. The only weak link in their defense is Zinchenko, who is very good at attacking but very bad at defending, and we saw in the last game. So yeah, Lewis Hall hopefully going to start, and now after Fabian Schär got a red card, he should start for at least a couple of more games, so I'm happy with that. Bournemouth away, not a difficult picture. I think they might keep a clean sheet. He might get some attacking returns as well. Guardiola, Ipswich at home, no brainer. I mean, what else is there to say? Probably going to keep a clean sheet and might get attacking returns as well. Saka away at Aston Villa, again, difficult fixture, but I don't mind that. It's Saka. Diogo Jota, Brentford at home. Jota doing Jota things. As long as he starts, he's going to be in my team. Salah did amazing as well, by the way, so whoever had Salah, I mean, great, but as I said, you can't have both, or you can't have all, because you have to sacrifice something. Garnacho, Brighton away, don't mind it. Brighton looked sensational, by the way. Wow. They just, I'm just lost for word about this team. Every year I'm like, oh, they're going to crash. This season they're going to end up in, probably fighting relegation, but no. They beat Everton away 3-0. Jesus. Yeah, so it might be a difficult game, tricky game for United, but I don't mind having an attacker like Garnacho. If there's anything going to happen, I feel like it's going to come from him. Either an assist or a goal. He's very decent. Smith Rowe, Leicester away. Leicester looked, I don't know, like I saw the game last night, the whole game. It's so, I don't even know what to make. I learned nothing from the game. Like, was Leicester bad? Was Tottenham good? Or was Tottenham bad and Leicester decent? I don't know. I didn't learn anything from that game last night. Tottenham attacked the whole game. They just attack, and they only scored one goal early in the game. And then one counter-attack, and Leicester score a goal, and it ends up 1-1. Insane. So yeah, Leicester didn't look good at all to me in my. So I don't know, could go both ways, but I'm backing Smith Rowe to do something, get some points in this game for sure. Haaland is going to be captain Ipswich at home. This is the thing. For the first game week, he wasn't probably the best captain choice, whoever had Salah. But going without Haaland this game week, wow. Whoever doesn't have him, you must be fearing. You must be fearing a bad one here. Ipswich at home doesn't get any better than that. Yeah. It's definitely going to be my captain. Definitely. Solanke, Everton at home. Seeing Everton lose 3-0 at home. And now I have to go away at Tottenham, who looked super attacking. And Solanke played 90 minutes. That's another good shout. So I think he might get a return here. He had some decent chance last night as well. And Isak, hopefully he'll pay back for the first game week against Bournemouth away. So the team looks great. Doesn't need any intervention. The bench, on the other hand, is starting suddenly to look like, yeah, Barco now, we don't know. He's probably not going to start. I don't know. He looked like a very, very great pick. But suddenly, yeah, one game week and now everybody's selling him. Kwanzaa as well. As I said, we started the game, hooked up in halftime. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. No planned transfers for me this game week, except, again, repeat myself 5 times, except if Kwanzaa. But let's go on the fantasy website and look at the... So these are the most brought in players. Mazraoui from United. I wouldn't recommend getting... Man United's games are not good at all. Or they're average. Liverpool at home, Brighton away, Southampton away, Crystal Palace away, Tottenham home, Aston Villa away after that. I know he started, maybe because it's a new player, people are jumping in him. Like, oh yeah, might be great, but I wouldn't go there so early. And you never know, he might lose his place. You never know. Havertz, great shout. I mean, if you're going for Havertz, what can I say? If you have 8.0 to spend, if you want to go from, Watkins to Havertz, for example, if you had Watkins, I think it's a great shout. He's looking good, and he's looking like he's going to be Arsenal's main number 9. And he's so involved in the game as well, so he can get assists if he doesn't get a goal. Diogo Jota, again, my favorite player, no-brainer, as long as he starts. Mo Salah, if you have that money, sure. Saka, I understand. Bernardo Silva, I never understood the Bernardo hype. I mean, he does get like decent returns. If you look at the end of the season, he's always like in the top 10. But it's just, he doesn't inspire me. He never plays, he always plays out of position, I feel like. So he has like, he could have a haul, a couple of game weeks, and then just blank 6 game weeks in a row. So not for me. Same with Welbeck. It's the inconsistency in starts. I mean, Welbeck is great, but you never know. Haaland, I get it. Like, you don't want to go without Haaland this game week in Guardiola, but I'm not going to go more down because, yeah, these are most brought in players. Let's look at the most sold players because that's more interesting, and it can tell us a lot on the price drops. So Watkins is the most sold. I don't understand that. He did play. Yeah, he blanked, but you can't expect a striker to score every game week. Tony, I think, yeah, it's a sell. He's linked with moving away. He didn't start. Wasn't even in the squad. So Rodrigo, I don't know why you had Rodrigo to begin with, but if you did, like, yeah, it's a sell. I mean, never get defensive midfielders in fantasy football. They just don't bring points. I mean, look at Declan Rice. He's an amazing player, but he doesn't bring FPL points, so nobody has him in their team. Palmer, 4th or 5th. It's Trippier. Trippier wasn't even in the squad, or was he? I think he wasn't. He's still injured, probably, or not fully fit. Palmer's selling Palmer. I don't know why. Again, they played against City. I mean, that was one of the most difficult games of the season. Pickford, again, I don't understand. Yes, bad game week, but if you had him, you probably knew that Everton was going to keep, 38 clean sheets in the season. I hope he didn't think that. Eze, again, I don't understand. He scored a goal. He played amazingly. I would bought Eze this week if I had the money and a lot of free transfers. I would have probably brought him in. Look at their fixtures. Let's see. Yeah, they don't look bad at all. And Crystal Palace are decent, Gordon, I don't know why you're selling Gordon again. He didn't. Yeah, Newcastle were unlucky. They got a red card. Foden, I get it, but also Foden's going to come back now, especially after Savino got injured, so he's going to have to start next game week. Darwin, I get it. He didn't even come in as a substitute, so yeah, these are my thoughts on this. You can see Kwanzaa here is way down here, but you never know. Things might, in the last two days before deadline, the people might just start selling them. But I'm sure not a lot of people are selling Kwanzaa because they do have her. So I hope they don't continue selling him because that means that he keeps that price and we can make transfer the next week. Yeah. The others are just probably, yeah, Solanke, João Pedro, I understand. These all started the game. But yeah, that's it on this one. I don't want to spend too much time talking because then I won't have anything to say on the next video on the team selection. I hope you had a great game week. As I said, on my mini league there were people over 80 points that got 85, 86 points, so that's amazing if you had a week like that. But don't be discouraged because you probably, if you got those points, you probably had Salah captain, and you probably don't have Haaland, which it's going to be a great captain this game week. So yeah, see you probably on Thursday for the team selection video, and hope you had a great game week. Like the video, subscribe, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye. Subscribe. Come on. Just do it. I'm waiting. Just do it.